Welcome back, YouTubers. Still modeling back. A while. Modeling here. Just figured I'd throw a review at you today of the Ducati 1199 Panigale S. Beautiful kit. Been waiting for this kit to come in for a little while now, and figured I'd toss up a review. Wonderful box art as usual. The spike is phenomenal, and Tamiya kit, of course. You know, the usual Tamiya box art. And the box art on this build actually is a Ducati official product. See the nice fancy Ducati sticker here, so that's a genuine product. The photo does show photos of the actual bike, though not of the model. So let's have a look and see what's in the box. Beautifully detailed instructions as usual, but let's toss those aside and we'll have a look at those shortly. Start with your normal Tamiya grab bag of goodies, which got your tires, your brake line hoses, hoses that connect from the distributors. Tires are actually really nice. They've got nice cuts in these tires, so it should take a sand really nice. And a little Tamiya screwdriver. I probably have about 40 of these things floating around my desk, but you know, maybe I should start throwing a bunch of them out. But for today, well, let's pretend I don't have 100 of them. So let's start cutting things open and see what we got going on. Normally I cut open the bags because the staples will put a nice big scratch in the materials. So glass, very nice glass. And we got the glass that goes into the mirrors for the turn signal indicators. The cowl glass, turn signal indicator off the side of the front cowl. Oh, sorry, these are for the brake lenses. And yeah, really nice tooling, no big major flaws in the glass. They should polish out really nicely. Alright, let's get into these and see what we got going on. So far, first impressions, great as usual. We'll see when things start to fit together when you got the two pieces of the fuel tank and the front fender. Of course, you know, Tamiya fit is always absolutely wonderful, but you know, you're always going to have some seam filler to do. But as I'm going across the product, I've got one little flaw here, which isn't too bad. That should buff out. The fenders themselves, nice detail. Cowlings are spectacular. Fuel tank, really nice. Headlight inserts over here, really nice as well. Sometimes that camera won't focus in perfectly. I apologize. I'm still working on getting a better camera, but you know, I'm still new to the whole YouTube scene here and trying my best to learn the ins and outs and the do's and the don'ts. Pretty much just do these kit reviews for people out there who are looking into buying a Tamiya kit, and this may be one of their favorite motorcycles and they can actually see what's in the box. And I give you a little bit of a review on what I think of the tooling and flaws in the styrene itself. But I've been finding a lot with Tamiya, there's never a miss, it's always a hit. And I'm always quite impressed by their kits, and I really enjoy building them. I know I haven't put any videos of me building models up yet. I will get to that. Just like I say, I'm learning the ins and the outs and the do's and the don'ts, and just trying to watch some fellow builders do what they do, and hopefully get myself to that point one day where I can actually show you how these kits go together. So anyway, that's that sprue. I cut along the seam a lot better. Like I say, I don't pull them out with the staples, because if the staples accidentally catch, now you gotta sit there and buff things out, or you've got to use seam filler, so on and so forth. Here we have the engine detail and the chain, sprockets, brake discs. You know, this camera doesn't. Oh, there we go. Look at that. It is focusing really nicely. As you can see, those brake rotors are just absolutely fabulous. You know, and then you've got your radiator, your front forks, moving along to the engine halves. Focusing on that, that's really good. And the exhaust cowls, chain, some frame bits and bobs. But as you can see on that chain, it's really nice. And you got your brake calipers over here. Once again, Tamiya kit, can't go wrong. I'm looking forward to building this kit. Like I said, I've been wanting this bike for quite some time. I finally got my local hobby store to get it in for me. The Tamiya kits moved into their 3-color molding process quite a while back. I really like that process because most of the parts that you're going to be painting are somewhat of a buildup of that color. So when you're getting ready to airbrush it or brush paint it, it sure makes it a lot nicer for primers and this and that. So as I'm noticing first off on the rims here, I really don't know why they did this, but they do have sprue pieces into the rims. Not a big fan of that. Love the rim, but not a fan of this. Don't know why they put those in there. So I'm going to have to do a little finishing there, cutting them out and sanding, so on and so forth. Got your handlebars. A lot of parts on this bike. I think I'm really going to enjoy this kit. But you know, all with the old modern bikes now is that, you know, all the plastic and the fairings and the frame and everything are so, I don't know how to explain it. I find the new bikes out there don't have all the character of the older bikes. You know, where you get to see all of that chrome and you get to see all these fancy bits and bobs, if you will. the exhaust. But, you know, there's something to be said for new and contemporary as well. I mean, sleek lines. Looks like a rocket right out of the gates before you even step on the bike. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all the pieces on that, except for the front cowl, which we will get to now. Like once again on this sprue, a little bit. Don't like, see on the mirror here that there's a seam line running through both mirrors. You know, not a whole lot of touch-up work, which I find, you know, once again, to me, kit, you're not going to have a lot of that. You know, when you get into the rebels and monograms and those kits, you know, you're going to have that. They're after different market. These are high-end kits for the model enthusiast who wants to build something with detail, and either you're gonna paint it or you're not gonna paint it, or you just build it because hey, it's a cool bike. But the way these are molded nowadays, you can go so OTT, it's not even funny. For those of you, OTT means over the top, and you get a little crazy going. These bikes. What I like when they package this is they actually staple the cowl to the box in a bag. I'll call it, sorry, not a cowl, front fairing. So that way it doesn't get all scratched up and floating around in the box and in its own parts bag. So I'm just going to take that off. Make sure you take these staples out of the box. So that way you're not going to get a staple in the finger. Or even worse, in my opinion, is catching yourself. Making a big hole in yourself for no particular reason. Or so front cowling here, they have it put together with this one piece here, which isn't bad. When you take that off, sand it out, no problems. Fairing, they've got the nice rivet head sticking out, or not rivet head, bolt head sticking out. It's going to be a nice model, very nice model. Minimal sanding, minimal contouring. Just a whole lot of fun to build on, assuming. And then in the bottom of the box, we have got our Decals. And just a little bit of background information on the bike, as it says there. And it goes on to read, you know, the reputation of the bike, the Milan show. You know, this came out in 2011. Decals themselves. Cut that open without cutting all the decals. And that way I can put them nicely back in here after we're talking. Done talking and done the review. So, absolutely blistering high quality decal, as you can see. I really like these rim decals, actually. We'll see how they go on. Tamiya's gotten better with their decal sheets. The glue actually starts to adhere a lot better than what it used to, that's for sure. And also get in the bag for the mirrors. Actually get some stick-on mirrors for this creature, so that's pretty cool. So, not much of a review, I guess. It's more of a what's in the box in this case. And not sure when I'm going to get around to building this kit. And like I said, I've done reviews of quite a few other motorcycles already. not for you, you know, die-hard guys, maybe not a review, but so much about what's in the box and my impressions. You know, everybody has different opinions on how things should be done and not done, but for me, like I say, it's just kind of show people what's in the box and know what they're going to get. You know, here with the Tamiya sheets, are also really nice is that you do get the Tamiya paint scheme. And I wish that camera would focus for you. I'm really sorry that it doesn't. Give you an idea of what you need before you can go out and buy it. But there you go. So you can see the colors you're going to need to build this bike. The TS numbers off to the left side here, those are spray can numbers. So if you're going to use a rattle can to paint it, that's the numbers. The other numbers here are these small. You know, you can get these in different sizes, but these are the 1/3 ounce balls. So as you can tell, those numbers are really easy to see. So if you're not doing the rattle can, those are the numbers you're going to need, and the tools that you're going to need as well. You know, just give you a quick look at the old descriptions. You can actually buy aftermarket for this bike, and there is a lot of nice aftermarket for this bike. Photo etch, forks, fork seals, spring, so on and so forth. It gives you an idea of what's going on here. This book's to me, instructions a little different than normal. This one's flipping and leafing through like an actual book, which is nice. So once again, how everything goes together, very highly detailed, wonderful instructions. And I've already been through these kit instructions, and it's not missing anything. There are some kits, you know, they do miss a step or don't show you a step or what screws you're supposed to use. But what's nice about Tamiya too is that they give you guides on how long you're supposed to cut the hose that comes with it, and also the screw sizes. If you match the screw up to the actual instructions themselves, they'll match up for you, so you're not left out going, oh geez, what screw am I gonna use? There's so many of them. So at the back, it gives you a little bit of painting colors and how to apply the decals. Decals are a little bit of a how to get used to it. One day I'll actually post a video, I think, on applying decals for newbies. I still consider myself pretty much a newbie, even though I've been doing this for years, and I've been watching some YouTube videos, and it just goes, wow, I know nothing. And the markings on the back of it. What I do suggest for setting decals is get yourself some microsol or microset. These will absolutely be a lifesaver when applying your decals, because they take the decal and they lay it down in a fashion that you can, when it's done conforming to the lines, and it will actually, Deco will actually mold itself right over a bolt, or follow the curves a lot better if you use these products. And these are readily available, Canada, States, pretty much, I'd say almost across the world. If you can't get your hands on those, for my European friends, Mr. Mark Setter and Mr. Mark Softer. Those are going to be the best friends for throwing down decals. Even though there isn't a lot on this bike, you should always use these for setting down your decals. You don't have to, but always a good idea to use a product to help you make things step up your modeling game, if you will. And like I said, somewhere down the road here, like I said, I'm getting back into modeling again. I have some time to do it. I'll start throwing up some videos on deckling, airbrushing, this, that, the other thing. Like I say, all this just for the newbie. I mean, modeling is one of those things you can spend so much money on stuff that literally it could become, you have tools that are worth thousands of dollars like a mechanic. So that's how detailed and how hard you want to get into things. I'll also maybe do a tour of the room of what I have for product and paint and so on and so forth. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, pass it on to your friends, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.